Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming tonight. We are so happy you can make it with us. So we are going to talk about first aid tonight, and we are going to be talking about a natural kit to put together. Mine looks something like this for my car version, and then I have a little one for my purse version that I always take everywhere with me. But everything that we're going to be talking about tonight is out of our premium starter kit that you may have heard Stacy and I talk about often before. But we're going to go through everything. We're going to go through some oils, and then we're going to also go through a few natural remedies that we have in our wellness kits that we use as moms that are amazing. So the first thing I'm going to start off with tonight is I'm going to talk about lavender oil. And lavender oil, I'm going to show you guys my little kit that I have on my purse, and they sell this on the Young Living website as well. I have 5 oils that I will not leave the house without, and I'm going to be going over those tonight. And one of them is lavender. So lavender is for all things that you can say owie to. Lavender is great for burns. It's great for bites. It's good for your skin. If you have any like cuts, paper cuts are amazing for this. Burns are amazing. Bug bites are amazing. And this oil is so gentle that you can put it directly on anything, even children. This one is a really easy oil to use, and you can put it in and on everything. I also use it with, I have about 4 little tubes here that go in my first aid kit, and we take them everywhere. And one of them is something called Animal Sense. And it's kind of like one of those natural neosporins that you would have. And it's a great one. I have it in the little tube here I was showing you guys. I just put it in to one of these little, I don't even know what you call these, but it's this little roundy thing. And you can put a little bit of lavender into this, and it's a great kind of like a sub for a neosporin, and this stuff works amazing on cuts and burns, any skin irritation. This stuff is our go-to. We also use it as a lip balm or a dry skin. It's like one of those can do everythings, and with lavender it can really do anything and everything. So we really love that together. So lavender is our go-to, especially in the summertime when there's more mosquitoes and bugs and such like that that can bite, and you can put that on there as a remedy. The second one I'm going to talk about is peppermint. Peppermint is a great go-to to have in our first aid kit. So I first went over this one quite a few years ago. My son is part of something called Trail Life, and he was putting a first aid kit together, and he needed a smelling salts. And I said, oh, you know, it would be great, would be peppermint, right? To have it in your kit. And so we popped it into our little kit that goes in our car. And it would be a really great one to have someone smell to wake up and become alert, especially if they've been a little bedazzled or something by something, right? It's also great for digestion. If you have any problems or tummy woes along the way, that's why it's in my purse kit at all times, because it helps to calm the stomach. And this one is the best. If you guys, so let me preface this that I have 3 kids and I have 1 small dog, like a 7-pound dog. And a few years ago, when I had put this into my son's first aid kit, when he had first put it together, we had gone up to the lake and my dog had gotten a tick on herself. And I had just read how peppermint oil will help pull ticks out without having to engage the tick, without having like any, pulling it off and then leaving its head dug in or anything like that. So I had peppermint on me, and I was able to, when the tick first got on her, I just put a drop on to the tick itself, and the fumes of the peppermint will make it back off. And so it totally pulled itself out of her. I didn't have to do a thing, which I was so thankful for, because I don't like ticks. And it helped her. She didn't have any reaction to the tick at all. So this is a total must-have when you go into the wilderness, okay, for your tummy and for your dogs, and you, if you guys get any ticks or anything on yourself as well. So I love peppermint. All right, the next one I'm going to talk to you guys about is something called DiGize. Now, DiGize is a mix of different oils. So this is a blend, and this one is amazing for summertime. It's a must-have for bee stings or any like stinging animal stings, right? Or stings from insects. I get bee stings every single year. We have a backyard with a bunch of flowers that are grass level. And so if you walk by with flip-flops, you always end up with them in between your toes. And so this is a amazing oil to put straight on a sting. And once you remove the stinger, this one is amazing to put on, and it quells the poison or the toxin that's being pumped into your skin, and I don't have any reaction. Now, mind you, that's for someone who's not like deathly allergic to bees or anything like that, which I'm not. But this works every time, and I've used it on my kids, and it works amazing. This one is also great to have in your first aid kit for any stomach upset or acid indigestion or anything like that. This one is amazing. Now, this one is a white label oil, you can see, and I have another one right here that has a brown label. So these are the same oil, but they have different labels on them. And that's because this one is called the Vitality oil, which means that you can take it internally. And I love taking this whenever I have a stomach upset or anything like that. But if you don't like the flavor of this one, it's a great oil to pop a roller top on, and you can roll it on your stomach. My mom gets really bad acid indigestion, and she just rolls it up on her upper chest and near her throat. And this works wonders for her. So that one's a great one. If I had one oil to take on a deserted island, it would be DiGize, by far and large, because it has so many incredible uses. The next one I want to tell you guys about that I always have in my little first aid kit is something called Thieves. And Thieves is a great, it's also a blend, and this is our wellness blend, okay? This one helps to fight against all things immune, okay? This is your immune support, all right? And I love to have this one on hand, aside from the fact that you should have it in your wellness toolbox, right? Because whenever you're out on a trip, or if you're on vacation or anywhere with kids, good grief, they will always come up with a cough or maybe a sore throat or anything. And this is the one to have on hand. This, you can see the white label. This one can go straight under your tongue. I also like to take this one and I put a spray top on it. And this is just me reusing one of my bottles, but I wrote Thieves across the front right here. And I will put a spray top on this one. And this one works really great for sore throats or anything I need to clean, like a cut or anything like that. And this is just distilled water and Thieves in here, and it works amazing. Actually, I have a little bit of colloidal silver in here too, and we didn't really talk about that. But if you guys have any questions or want to know more, Stacy made up a great little link that will take you guys to some recipes that we use, as well as some natural remedies that we use above and beyond the oils. And colloidal silver, we can add that to that because colloidal silver is amazing. Just Google that one. It's really, really good. The next one to have in your toolbox is something called Peace and Calming. Peace and Calming is another oil blend, and it's really great for anxiety or trauma. It's real calming. So when my son was putting his first aid kit together for trail life, along with the peppermint, I had him put in some Peace and Calming, because this is something, if someone's in a traumatic situation or they get hurt, this is a great oil to put underneath on your chest so that they're breathing it in. You can also put a few drops in your hand and make a diffuser of sorts. And you can breathe that in, and it can help someone calm down in a quick way. So this one is a great one to have. This one also helps for coughing. If you have any issues with coughing, you can put it on the back of their throat, the back of their, on your back, and also on your chest. It's a great one. All right, I'm also going to tell you guys, I told you guys about animal scents, and the last thing I'm going to tell you about is bentonite clay. Okay, bentonite clay is something, this is in my little travel case that I take with me. All right, bentonite clay is an amazing, it's clay, it's dirt is what it is. It's like healing dirt. And this one helps with upset stomach, stings, burns, anything like that. So clay is great to have on vacation or in your first aid kit. If anyone gets stung by anything, especially wasps, wasps have an ability to sting multiple times. And so every time they sting, you have an injection point of poison. And while Digise works amazing to start quelling that, you can make a poultice of this with just a little bit of water. I just put it a little bit in my hand, and you put a little bit of water there and you make a paste. And once you put it on there, the moment it dries, it actually pulls out the toxins. And so while Digise will help neutralize them, the clay will actually help pull it out of the body. And it's absolutely amazing. This is something that you can also take internally. You can mix it in with a little bit of water. My dog had an upset stomach this morning, and so I just mixed a little bit of this and put it in her bowl. And it helps her to go smoothly, and it stops her from, she vomited a little bit this morning, and it stopped it right away, and then it keeps her hydrated as well. But definitely check out bentonite clay. You need to make sure you're taking one that is consumable, but this stuff has been a lifesaver for us, and it's so easy to travel with as it's a powder. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to pass it over to Stacy right now, and she's going to tell us some more.
Thank you, Wendy. That was awesome. So many good ways that we can use our oils in more of those unexpected situations. You know, we obviously can always use our oils in a preventative manner where we're using them consistently and regularly and getting great benefits for our health and our wellness. But they are also amazing tools for those unexpected things that can happen. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a few of the ones that I like to include. I mean, you know, Wendy has that great kit of 5 or 6 oils, and we're going to talk probably in total about like 10 oils. So you can pick and choose which ones you think would be best in that kit of 5 based on the activities and types of things that you do. One that I love to have on hand is lemon. Lemon is good for many, many, many things, ways, you know, you can support your body on a regular basis. But when it comes to the unexpected, one thing that lemon is really good for is if you ever wake up in the morning and you feel like you're getting that like earache, you know, that's maybe the beginning of something like stuffy ears, clogged ears. The first thing you want to do is rub lemon down the sides of your neck, because that will help promote drainage of all of whatever fluid may be getting built up in your ear that can, you know, if left unchecked, lead to some bigger problem like an ear infection or something like that. So lemon will really help with that drainage. You can just rub it behind your ear and down the sides of your neck. That is how we use it a lot in our house. The other thing that lemon is really good for is if you have had an unfortunate turn of events that required some bandages and band-aids and things like that, and you ever go to like peel off your band-aid and you have all that like black, icky, sticky stuff left from the edge of the band-aid, if you take a drop of lemon and you just rub it on that, it will disappear so fast. I have an 8-year-old who likes Band-Aids. So we get a lot of that just because we use a lot of Band-Aids. So I do that all the time just to get that off. One thing to be aware of with lemon is lemon can be photosensitive. So you really don't want to go slather a ton of lemon on yourself and then go lay out in the sun. That could irritate your skin. So just that's something to be aware of. But we have never had any issues with that, but just want to mention that. The other oil that I want to mention is Stress Away. So like Wendy said, you know, certain situations where if someone's been hurt or there's been an accident or something like that, those are stressful situations. So Stress Away is a great one to have on hand. Just like Wendy mentioned with the peace and calming for trauma, Stress Away is great, maybe not even for the person who got hurt, but for the person who's dealing with someone who got hurt. Getting some stress away on you is a really great idea. And then also, another thing that Stress Away is good for is also your ears. So Stress Away is also great for ear support, ear pressure when flying, all those types of things. It helps oxygenate the blood. It's great for our energy, our immune systems. So Stress Away is a good one to have on hand. Now, another one that is really great is frankincense. We know frankincense is a really powerful oil. You can do a lot with frankincense. Google frankincense and you will hear stories and see testimonials that will amaze you. But one way you can use it in more acute situations is for skincare. Frankincense is great if you got a cut or you've got any type of scratches, scrapes. You can use it in that way, almost interchangeably, like you would with lavender. Like if you don't have lavender on hand, but you have frankincense, you can use it in the same way, and you're going to get some of the same benefits. It's really great. My husband had a surgery on his back, and he had a big, incision, and we put frankincense on that consistently just to help with that healing process, and it really did heal up very nicely and quickly. um, the other thing is frankincense is also very calming and grounding. So again, that's another one you could use if you've got, some like heightened emotions in a situation. Frankincense is great for calming and bringing everyone, down a notch. Now, another one that we absolutely have to talk about when we're talking about any type of, on the go wellness kit is Panaway. So Panaway is Young Living's blend that is designed to what? You look at that word, Panaway, take your pain away, right? So that is just what it's for. So if you are hiking, you get, a sprain or a twisted ankle, something like that, you want to get Panaway on that right away to help with that. Any type of, pain support, be it like muscle aches, head tension, minor sprain type of thing, but until you can get somewhere where you can like elevate and ice and do all those things, Panaway is going to be really helpful for that. Panaway also has helichrysum in it. Helichrysum is a very valuable oil. It has some really amazing properties, especially when it comes to bleeding. So Panaway can be helpful in many different ways. And then one that we absolutely have to mention is Valor. So Valor is this beautiful blend of frankincense and black spruce and camphor wood, and it was created to help and provide courage and bravery, right? The name says it all, Valor. So in certain stressful situations that you might encounter, Valor would be very helpful from that perspective. But also, Valor has those really powerful oils in it. And if you have a bump or a fall, and you get some Valor on that immediately, it will not bruise, or at least it won't bruise as bad. I experienced this with my son when he was learning how to walk. He fell on his forehead multiple times in one day. And I had heard someone say that you can put Valor on a bump or a bruise or a bump and it won't bruise quite as much or at all. And so I did that. And he felt twice on his, like the middle of his forehead in one day. I put Valor on it both times and there was like minimal, if any, bruising. It was incredible. It was incredible. So highly recommend having Valor on hand for that. So those are some of the ways that you can use some of those premium starter kit oils in more of like a acute care type of situation, not so much all the like preventative overall wellness stuff that we talk about a lot of the times. A couple other things to think of outside of that kit that you might want to consider for your kit would be having enzymes on hand, right? Because digestive issues, they can get away from us. We've got a lot of tools like our peppermint and our DiGize, but digestive enzymes can be so key in abating any type of, gut health situations. So we have our essential zymes or essential zymes 4. We have so many enzymes, detoxzyme, allerzyme. Having something like that in your kit is really, really beneficial. Outside of Young Living products, one thing that we always travel with is activated charcoal. It has similar properties to the bentonite clay. Yes, exactly. We use activated charcoal capsules, just like Wendy is showing. And we use them in some ways similar to how Wendy was talking about the bentonite clay. So if I've done this for my son, he has more of that like allergic type of reaction to mosquito bites or bug bites where they get really swollen. So I will make a paste with activated charcoal and put that on his bites after putting on something like DiGize or lavender or something else. Basil is another one that can be really good for bug bites. But then I'll make that activated charcoal paste, put that on there. And exactly like Wendy said, when you see that paste dry, you will see like a little bit of liquid. It's like a drawing salve almost. It just like pulls it right out. So I've done that with the activated charcoal. It helps with stings. Then the other thing that activated charcoal is really good for is any type of upset stomach, vomiting, diarrhea. It just like absorbs it all. It just stops everything. So it's super, super effective. And we always have those on hand. And then one other thing that you might want to consider is having arnica, like arnica gel. That's a really good thing for just natural pain relief. Like if you have maybe even like broken a bone or something like that, you have some serious situation where you have some serious pain, arnica is very soothing for that. That's something you can get at most health food stores. Or natural remedy stores. So I recommend having that in your little, emergency kit as well. So those are some of the things that we love. I am going to paste in here to the comment link. This is just for some general rollerball recipes for a variety of kind of situations using some of our favorite oils. And then all the oils that we've talked about tonight, those are in the starter kit. Young Living's Premium Starter Kit is the most cost-effective way to get started using oils. It includes all 12 of those different oils that we talked about. And then, well, actually, we didn't talk about quite all of them. There's some in there that we didn't talk about, like Raven and Citrus Fresh, but it does include all of the oils. It includes 12 oils, which cover all of your bases. So with those oils, you pretty much have something you could add to your toolkit for any type of situation for emergency care. And you also have a whole array of oils to use for all of those types of wellness, preventative, just keep yourself healthy types of things too. And in that kit, you also get a diffuser and you get some hand sanitizer and some Ninja Red, some other sample products, which are really great to be able to try out. That starter kit is over 50% off. It is the most cost-effective way to start using Young Living products, and it definitely gives you your biggest bang for your buck. So if you are new, that is a great way to get started. And if you've been using oils for a while, then you already know that our starter kit oils are probably the ones that we reorder the most because they are the ones that have probably some of the most wide array of uses, right? Like we talked about these oils kind of in more of an acute emergency care situation context tonight, but we could have talked about each of these oils for a half an hour if we talked about all the different ways you can use them. So those are our tips for tonight. Wendy, am I missing anything? Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think that's it. I love, gosh, I could be on here forever telling you guys stories of how we use these and how well they have worked. It could go on, we could go on forever, but we want to be respectful of your guys' time.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming tonight, everyone. Hope you have a good night. Bye.